Well, in Advent, I posted a little story about this woman who was in Florida, and it was the Honk If You Love Jesus um, story. Now, here's another one, and this woman actually now she's writing to Florida. Florida's a popular place these days. So the story goes like this. The title is The BC. And but BC does not mean before Christ, just so you know. Okay, so the story goes like this. The story is about an old-fashioned lady who is planning a couple of weeks vacation in Florida. She also was quite delicate and elegant with her language. She wrote a letter to a particular campground and asked for reservations. She wanted to make sure the campground was fully equipped, but didn't know quite how to ask about the toilet facilities. She just couldn't bring herself to write the word toilet in her letter. After much deliberation, she finally came up with the old-fashioned term bathroom commode, and therefore simply put BC. What she actually wrote in her letter was, "Does the campground have its own BC?" The campground owner wasn't old-fashioned at all, and when he got the letter, he couldn't figure out what the lady was talking about. The word BC really stumped him. After worrying about it for several days, he showed the letter to other campers, but they couldn't figure it out. They didn't have a clue what the lady meant. The campground owner finally came to the conclusion the lady must be asking about the local Baptist church. So he sat down and he wrote the following reply. "Dear Madam, I regret very much the delay in answering your letter, but I now take pleasure in informing you that the BC is located 9 miles north of the campsite and is capable of seating 250 people at one time. I admit it's quite a distance away if you're in the habit of going regularly, but no doubt you will be pleased to know they had a great number of people take their lunches along and make a day of it. They usually arrive early and stay late. The last time my wife and I went was 6 years ago, and it was so crowded we had to stand up the whole time we were there. It may interest you to know that right now there is a supper planned to raise money to buy more seats. They plan to hold the supper in the middle of the BC, so everyone can watch and talk about this great event. I would like to say it pains me very much not to be able to go more regularly, but it is not for lack of desire on my part. As we grow older, it seems to be more and more of an effort, particularly in cold weather. If you decide to come down to the campground, perhaps I could go with you the first time you go, sit with you, and introduce you to all the other folks. This is really a very friendly community." So there you have it. So you go have a good day, and I hope your BCs are a little closer than 9 miles away.